guys, welcome back to Marsh Forever. My name is Tiana, and in today's video we're going to be doing a bake with me. I am super excited because I really love to bake, guys. It's one of my favorite things to do, but to be honest, I just do not have the time every single day or multiple days a week to be baking and making things from scratch. It is extremely time consuming. Well, not gonna say extremely time consuming. It just requires a lot of time management. And I feel that sometimes just with having younger kids, it can be difficult, especially when things just pop up out of nowhere. And so I decided to start making things in bulk, in large batches, and just freezing it to really save me and free up some time. Because my kids, as well as many kids, are like impulsive. Like they want something when they want it. So like, mommy, I want a peanut butter jelly sandwich. But it's like I have to have the bread readily available, right, to give you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then I had to also realize, like, when I make something, I need to figure out how to preserve it, because just because I made it doesn't mean they want it every day for the rest of the week, and then things are going to waste, right? And I don't want to be wasteful at all. So I started doing things in large batches, and it has saved me so much time, and it has kept me like motivated to still want to bake and make things from scratch. So I think this video is going to be good for like beginning level, mid-level, as well as like tight-roping the advanced level a bit, only because I'm going to be doing my sourdough starter. But that's the only thing advanced happening today, okay? Some advanced things I feel like I just do like one random day, like croissants. That's something I would just do one random day, because you just have to give so much time, energy, and love to it, and I feel like it would take away from all the other stuff I'm trying to do. So that's something I would do like on its own. And I only made those one time, and baby, the amount of time it took me, I don't know the next time I'm doing those, okay? And so as far as beginner friendly stuff, I'm gonna be doing some pancake mix and some pizza bags. I think one day I was in a grocery store and like, wow, all these people like Betty Crocker and the Pearl Milling Company, they're making so much money selling us flour in a box. Okay, and I know some stuff, like if you want a strawberry cake or a lemon cake, like those like special flavors, it's hard to like make that, I guess, quickly at home, or it takes much more energy. But pancakes in a box, really, I had to think about it, like, you really selling me flour, sugar, salt, baking soda, and baking powder in a box and charging me, or a bag, and charging me $10. Because at my grocery store, the big bag is like $10, $11. So I'm like, let me figure that out. Let me just make it myself in bulk and just put it in a bag, a Ziploc bag, and just have it readily available. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing today. So easy. Now the recipe that I'm using, I don't know if it's compatible with water, so it might need to be adjusted if you only add water. But me, I add so many things to my pancake mix because I try to make it high protein. So I do Greek yogurt and egg whites with egg, and my soy milk has protein in it, and you know, butter, the regular like butter and vanilla extract stuff too, but I do add other things to enhance it to make it high protein. The pizza bags are just for convenience, like I told y'all the last vlog. Like if I could save 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, that time adds up. And so I make pizza bags so that way on Fridays, which are my very busy days, I can just pop that bag into the mixer with water and olive oil, and I'm done. I don't have to like do all this measuring and stuff. I'll also be doing some brioche breads. Gonna do 2 of those. The kids love that for their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So I'm gonna make 2 of those. I'm also gonna make some cookie dough balls. I'm gonna be doing some oatmeal raisin ones and some oatmeal dark chocolate. And I just like roll them into balls and just put them in the freezer. And then I'm gonna maybe attempt some bagels and or cinnamon raisin. So I haven't even found a recipe I liked on Pinterest yet. That's where I save all my recipes. I haven't found a recipe I like yet on Pinterest, so I'm gonna look for one and see if I can find a high protein one. And if so, I'll probably make bagels and no cinnamon raisin loaf. But if I can't find a bagel recipe that's easy, then I'll just do probably 2 cinnamon raisin loaves, if that makes sense, and just have it with cream cheese. Okay, so that's what I plan on doing today. So if you want to, I guess, bake with me, let's do it. Oh, and I wanted to reshare my baking station. So it has been working really, really well for me. I really love it. I do still want to add more to it, but I have to wait till the basement is done, because there are things that are over here that need to go in the basement, and things right here that need to go over there, but they can't go over there until those are in the basement. The basement kitchen is not done yet, so I just have to wait a bit. But I do have some flour and stuff here, but I eventually want to have like my sourdough starter and like all my flour and stuff here. I have my attachments here, measuring cups, measuring spoons here, and over here is still our miscellaneous junk area. And then I also do have my iPad here. I did get a new stand because this one is just much more flexible and I can move it around and tilt it and all of that. But this is perfect for, like, you know, having my recipe up on Pinterest or watching some show or YouTube that I'm interested in at the time while I'm baking. So I'm looking for my pancake mix recipe. I found it. I got it. All right, so I am going to be timesing everything by 4 because that can fit, like I said, one of my white canisters I have over there, but I'll show you in a bit. If I have any excess or extra, I will just simply put it in a big Ziploc bag. So I think I might actually do 8. I need to just double check how much flour I have so that I'm not doing too much and I can't do what I want to do later. Let me check real quick. Okay, so it says I need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And I have 2 sets of these because it's just so helpful. So I need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which means I need 8 cups. And what are 2, 4, 6, yeah, I need 8 cups. But what I should be doing is see how many cups are in. Let me see how many cups are in 2 quarts. How many cups are in 2 quarts? Oh, there are 8 cups in. Okay, 8 cups are in 2 quarts. So this bowl has a 2-quart line. So I'm actually going to take this and dump it until I get to 2 quarts. And it might be all of this. Let's see. Try to level it out as much as I can. I gotta take some out for sure. I guess this makes more sense when it's like a liquid because you can like you can measure it easier because you know the liquid of course is going to be level, you know what I mean? But we already committed, so here we are. So I think that's roughly 8 quarts. It's not perfect, but I mean 2 quarts, 8 cups. I think that is decent. Okay. Need 2 tablespoons of sugar. 2, 4, 6, 8 tablespoons, and 8 tablespoons is equivalent to a half a cup. I got my little conversion. Guys, I got my little conversion chart right there, so that helps me a lot for smaller measurements. It don't have cups and stuff, but this is good for like smaller things. So 8 tablespoons is a half a cup. So I know that I need a half a cup for my sugar because I'm doing 8 tablespoons. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, got it. I'm doing 4 servings. Okay, half a cup of sugar. And I'm going to mix this up so it really don't matter. And I usually do just a little bit more sugar. Just a little bit more. Okay. And then I need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. That's this one. 4 teaspoons times 4 is 16 teaspoons. 16 teaspoons. 16 teaspoons. So 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 tablespoons. 5 tablespoons. And then 1 more teaspoon. Okay, because 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's the closest I can get to 16. Okay, so I need 5 tablespoons and then 1 more teaspoon. Woo! So you can imagine doing this every single time you need to make pancake mix. Of course these people making that bag because they save you time from measuring. So we make big batches, so we ain't gotta do that either. Okay, a half teaspoon of baking soda. So we need 4 servings, so half whole, half whole. So 2 whole teaspoons of baking soda. 2 whole teaspoons, because I'm timing everything by 4. So 2 whole teaspoons of baking soda. I be having to check baking soda, baking powder, because baby, it makes a difference. Okay, all right, so 2 whole teaspoons, and then we need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So times that by 4, I need 1 whole teaspoon of salt. That was a lot more than a whole child. Okay, let's do it. Okay, boom. You know, skeptical, definitely put it in a you know, mixer if that makes you feel better. You know, making it all, make sure it's all combined. Okay. All right, here's the container I usually keep my pancake mix in. I have 1 for rice, 1 for oatmeal, and then 1 for my pancake mix. And I keep it right next to the stove. So this is the oat mix. I'm gonna dump that out because I like to always put my oat on top. Even though I just made it a couple weeks ago. Now this I probably make every 2.5 to 3 weeks because the kids love it. But I'm just taking it and filling it up, and whatever's left I can just put it in a big or small Ziploc bag or just resealable bag, and then that way I can just pull it out when I need it. Alright guys, so I'm no sourdough professional. I told you guys who I follow, who I like. Miss Emily Rose 11 on Instagram and Kennedy MEYE. Okay, I would say Miss Emily Rose 11 has a whole like playlist, like detailing it. Very keep it simple, stupid. So if you just want to try it out, I would definitely follow her. She makes it extremely simple, especially if you don't want to do the measuring when it comes to the starter. Now you're gonna have to measure when it comes to putting it in recipes, but she doesn't do much measuring when it comes to the starter. She just eyeballs it. I don't know if it's just because she's been doing it for so long and she just kind of got it, or it's really not as intricate as people try to make it seem. I don't know. Okay, I haven't been measuring it, and right now for where I am in my sourdough journey, I'm going to continue doing that. But when I get on her level, I'm just going to be eyeballing and wingling. The same with Kennedy MEYE. I feel like when she's doing the sourdough, from when I see her, when she's mixing it, she's eyeballing it too, like it's really not that deep. But when she's, of course, using it in recipes, you do have to have it measure. You do have to measure it. So I say if you want to start sourdough, like just the starter and discard situation, not even making recipes, I would say get a little inexpensive digital scale. And then I got this off Amazon right here. It tracks, like, you know, how much it grows, so you'll be able to see how much it starts at here, and then like it'll rise, then it'll rise and it'll drop back down, and you will see the residue to like see how much it has risen. So some people use a rubber band if they have a regular plain sourdough jar, and it'll help them like kind of like see where it started and where it ended. But I don't have to do that because it has the numbers on here, and it'll like, you know, show you the residue as long as you can remember where you started. So like I said, okay, we started at 350. So if I see residue up here at 9, I knew we grew up to 900 when it was at its peak. Okay, so I would say get the food scale, get this. This actually also came with a, this came with, I think, or I might have, no, I think I bought these separately. It might have came with one. But these little covers, so when you're doing sourdough, you're not going to seal the lid airtight. It should only be sealed airtight if you're putting it in the refrigerator, or for your sourdough discard that you're keeping in the refrigerator. But if you want to just like make it go to sleep, you could put the airtight lid on and put it in the fridge. But when you're keeping it alive and active and feeding it every day, you want to put one of these ones so it's still breathable. And it also came with a like flat spatula to like get the all the, okay, I found it, here you go. It's one of these like flat little spatulas This is like a rubber material, but it's like has some metal in between because it doesn't bend. So it's really sturdy. And I had it in a miscellaneous drawer because I got stuff everywhere. Like I told y'all, now it can go in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do for, oh, and I'm using bread flour. Okay, and I like to use alkaline water. That is not what you need to do. You can use regular filtered water and regular flour. Let me write this on here, sourdough. Sourdough. But, you know, I like my sourdough to be bougie. So it has to have bread flour and it has to have its own alkaline water. Okay. And so I'm going to first put this jar on my food scale. Let me adjust the camera so y'all can see. I'm going to put the jar on the food scale so I can zero it out, and I'm going to change the unit to grams. Whenever you're doing sourdough, I most often seen it measured in grams. And I put this on first because if I turned it on and then put the glass jar on, it would start to weigh this. But putting it on first before I turn it on, it makes sure that it's not including the weight of the jar, if that makes sense. Okay, now at this point I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how much to start, so I'm just going to measure some grams and see. I think I was doing before like 115 water, 115 water and 115 flour. So let's just see how much a half a cup is. I mean a fourth of a cup is. Let's just see. So you got to move quick too because this thing will time out and go off. Okay, so that's a fourth of a cup, 38 grams. Half a cup is 80 grams. Okay, I think I want to do 80 grams. So I'm at 78. Let me get to 80 grams. Because I want to start off small. Or let me do 50 grams. Let me start off real small. Let me do real small. Let me do 50 and 50. Okay, I'm at 54. Let me do that. 50 and 50. Okay, so I'm at 50 grams of bread flour. Okay, that was 49. Now that I've been shook it a bit, let me get to 50. Okay, it ain't gotta be perfect, y'all. It can be 49, but I'm at 50. Okay, and now I'm gonna do 50 grams of water. I'm gonna pour directly in there. So now I know to stop when I get to 100. And you can't really take water out, so you gotta go slow. Okay, see, I was just at 79. It jumped to 91. Okay. Okay, we at 100. Sometimes give it like a half a second and it'll jump up again. So I did 50 grams of water, 50 grams of bread flour. Now I'm just going to mix it. Oh, I wasn't recording short form, child. Bye. Okay, now this consistency is not going to work. Okay. Let's see. Usually I do 115 to 115. I'm going to have to do a little bit more water because it's just too thick. It got to be like a little runny, should I say. And it's crazy because now mixing it up is at one. Oh, let me take this out. It was at 137. Okay, there you go. I'm about to say what happened. You want to get every last drop off. And I want to touch it for some reason. I don't know. Let me just add 5 more grams. Well, I ate 8, okay? Okay, that's better. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, it just can't be thick like you can pick it up with your hand and it's a ball. And that's what it was giving. So I did, I'm gonna say 60 grams of water and 50 grams of flour. Okay. Now usually I would mix it up in another jar and then leave it in this one so I can clearly see the residue, because this residue is also very hard to get off. So I'm gonna put this in a different cup actually, and then pour back in it. So, all right guys, so I'm gonna show you how it look. I put it in a jar and it came out to just right at 50 ml. Can you guys see? It's at 50 ml. Put that little shower cap on, that little bonnet. Okay, I gotta give her a name. People name theirs. My last one was named Judy because she was jiggly. Oh, she was that girl. Like, she was it. But I had to lay her to rest. R.I.P. to Judy. Judy, like, had a BBL for sure. Okay. So I need a cute, modest name for my boo here. Who wears the bonnet. What am I gonna name her? Give me some names down below, please. What are we naming our sourdough starter? I don't know. I need you guys to help me with that. But she is so cute and petite, okay? Really cute and petite. I'm obsessed already. Like, hi, boo. Hi, boo. Hi, cutie. we gonna do some things together, okay? Just need to name you. So please give me a really good name for her, okay? All right. Slowly. Didn't even take much. In kneading, there's no rhyme or reason. I like to push and then pull back. That's what I like to, and then turn. Push, pull back, and turn. The trick is just using some spray oil. Really save some product. Put the ball in there. And then cover it. And I'm going to turn my light on in my oven and stick it in there so it can rise. Alright. Set timer to 90 minutes. Alright guys, so I just took these out of the oven. I did have the light on to help generate some heat. And they got pretty big. And it's only been an hour and a half. I think the smaller one was in there for definitely like an hour and like 45 minutes. And this one was in there for about exactly an hour and a half. So I'm going to kind of like stretch and fold them a little bit to make a loaf. And then put them in my glass. Well, and I have one aluminum pan. So I'm going to make these 2 4 loaves. Beautiful, like, oh Jesus, please let these rise so beautifully so we can have some delicious French toast and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay. All right, guys, so here is everything. I have my cookies here. I think total I made was 36 of those ones, 32, so 78, but I made 7 tonight for the kids. Then I have the bagels here. They're so pretty. I will say these are cool. I tasted a piece of one right here, and this is like how the inside looks. Like that. So they're thin and low calorie, high protein. I think from the calculations I did, I believe each one should be, I think 12. Each one is really only 3 grams of protein from the way I did the calculations. I just really calculated the Greek yogurt, and it was 9 grams of protein per serving, but I did a serving and a half basically. So it was like, well, I did 1 full serving and another third of a serving. So altogether it was like 12 grams of protein, but 12 divided by 4 is 3. So it's only really 3 grams of protein. But I mean, that's cool. I'm going to add cream cheese to it, and I think maybe an avocado maybe one day. So it's cool. They're really thin though, so I can be able to cut it in half, but I got to be careful because they're thin. So it's not going to be, you know, easy to cut like a regular one, but like this one is thicker, so I'll have more wiggle room to cut it. So I'm going to probably try making regular bagels, like the ones you have to boil first and then put in the oven, and just figure out how I can add different ingredients or substitute different ingredients to still make it higher protein. So yeah, this is cool, but I'm definitely going to try regular ones next time. And then my breads came out beautifully, and my favorite one is this one, and this is the one I knew was going to be the prettiest one because it was the smallest, and I feel like the smallest ones always come out perfect. The ones that are super big, those ones are pretty too, but it's just something about the small one, just perfect. And this one ended up coming out really pretty too, but all of them are gorgeous, but that's my favorite for sure. And I guess I'll cut that on camera so you guys can see the inside. And then here we made the dry mixes, so the pizza. And one of them, I told you guys I wrote the wet ingredients, so if you forget, it's already in the bag. And then here's my pancake mix and the other mixes in that white canister. And then here's our sourdough. It's not doing anything. It rose just a little already. So it was like a little bit below 50, I think. And once it settled out, I felt like it was right at 50. And it moved up just a little bit. So I'm excited. I gotta research to see if I'm supposed to dump some tomorrow or just keep adding. I might just keep adding just because it's only a little bit, and I'm probably going to do the same amount of the same ratio, so 50 grams of flour and 60 grams of water. So that's that. I'm super proud of. Did I forget something? Let me look at my list. Sourdough, pancakes. Oh, I didn't make the cinnamon raisin bread because I ended up doing the bagels. Yep, we did everything, and it's only 8:30, and I did take a nice long break when these were rising so I can like clean the kitchen and, you know, deal with the kids. So yeah, I'm super proud of myself, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna show you guys me cutting this bread really quick, like probably just one loaf, and then I'll see you guys next time.